Eventually when we moved to Los Angeles, I went to an arts high school. I went to Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, which is very equivalent of the Fame School in New York. I'm sure you guys know the show Fame, Debbie Allen, and who actually, Debbie Allen, opened up a dance academy, called Debbie Allen's Dance Academy back in Los Angeles, and I was one of her very first boys at the academy, so started really getting into more rigorous dancing, but I started dancing kind of the same age when I started acting, like 2, and music as well. Like I started music in elementary school. I started joining the choir, and just the love of arts has always been in my life and in my blood. And my parents tried everything with me. They tried sports, they tried martial arts. Nothing stuck. I was not into any of them. Arts was always my thing. I was very happy when they gave me my first pair of tattoos. That was it. And then I got the opportunity to have my Broadway debut, which was in 2010, and that was when I did a show called In the Heights. And I took over after Lin-Manuel Miranda, who was the creator of the show. For those of you who don't know the show, it was a Tony Award-winning musical about these group of people living in Washington Heights in New York. All Latin, some played Dominican. It's all rap, Latin, and original music, original stage music, Broadway music, combined together. Very family-oriented, very just like high energy, really, really great musical. And then 2 years later, I got a chance to do Godspell on Broadway at Circle in the Square Theater, and I played Jesus. Got a chance to be crucified. That was fun. This is my first time being back in a straight play, however, since that time that I told you about when I was 6. So this has been such a beautiful opportunity for me. Michael Slade, who wrote the show, beautiful, beautiful writer. He and I worked together on One Life to Live. He was a writer for the show. I did a little stint for a while on One Life to Live. And he had pretty much emailed me a few months back and said, hey, I'm also a playwright, and I've got this great show. I think it would be wonderful for the lead parts. Could you do me a favor, just give it a read? Yeah, shoot it on over. So I read it, and of course he was, do I need to go through agents and managers? I said, just shoot it over to me. I'll read it, and we'll get into all that later. And I read it, and I fell in love with it. It's just a very real piece, as you guys all saw. It's very, very relatable. We all have those wacky characters in our family. And everybody's very flawed. Everybody's, I see hands raised. Yes. That's my wife. We all have, we all have our flaws. We all have our own flaws, and I think the flaws of these characters are beautifully crafted, and everybody's, but there's still so much love throughout everything. And that's one thing that just jumped off the page when I read it. And I had my father, who I told you is an actor as well, I had him read it. And he's also my business partner, producing partner. And he's like, you should do this. He says, when's the last time you did a play? And you get a chance to originate a role, which is something that I never had the opportunity of doing, because when I did In the Heights, I took over for a role, and same with Godspell. The show's been done several times everywhere. So I get a chance to actually create a character, and with these wonderful actors side by side with them. So it's been wonderful being out here in Dayton. Never been to Dayton. Got a chance to travel somewhere new. And
so really, what did your friends say when you go, hey, I'm going to Dayton, Ohio?
Where?
Right, exactly.
But no, I've been to Cincinnati, I've been to Cleveland. I did music when I was a little younger, and traveled a lot. I've actually been to, crazy fact, I've actually been to every state except for Alaska. So I gotta add that to my repertoire. But so I have visited those places, but I had never been to Dayton. I didn't know what to expect at all. Luckily, I'm actually out here with my female fiance. No, I'm not gay. So it's been great. We've got a chance to just explore your town, your city together, and we've had, obviously, as you guys know, you guys have a really wonderful arts community out here, which I didn't know. I just knew that I enjoyed this project and I was going to come out and I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. This was going to happen. And since we've been out here, even across the street, we've been to the Schuster Center like 3 times. We went to go see your Philharmonic over there. They're wonderful. We got a chance to see the Illusionists that came out, the Magic Magicians. They were awesome. We've been exploring all of your restaurants, and so just every day we're going to do different things. We have not hit the Air Force Museum yet, which is one thing that everybody was telling us that we got to do. But
we're loving it.
Say it again.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Comfortable shoes. That's what I keep hearing. I hear it's an all-day thing.
Tell Sasha.
I'll tell Sasha. No heels. But did you guys have any questions or?
Yes. First of all, thank you for coming out and answering our questions, and it was a really enjoyable show, so thank you for that. And well, my question's about acting. So I feel like an actor, part of his responsibility to the text is to react spontaneously and truthfully to whatever your character experiences in given circumstances. You had that in a moment tonight where the doctor came out and told you that your father made it through the operation, that you thought you could go either way. So you had to genuinely feel relief or whatever. There could be other moments like that where a script says that your character breaks into tears, or another moment where, say, you have a line, "I'm surprised to see you," and if you want to, you actually have to be, even though you've rehearsed night after night, genuinely be surprised to see them. And I'm wondering how you can stay as an actor emotionally present and spontaneous while keep not doing it night after night the same.
It's a tough thing to do. It's a tough thing to do, but we have a great cast here. It's something that you have to. It's tough because you work on your lines. You want to be able to be memorized. You want to be able to spit it out, and especially with a show like this, that it is all about the comedy. It's about the bouncing back and forth between everybody. And if there is long pauses and long moments, it can let it draw out. It's tough to keep that energy up while still maintaining the spontaneity. And I guess the best thing to relieve that is to just know that you're going to have a different show every night. A lot of the times, especially with musicals, the song and dance, you're doing the same choreography, and there is passion behind it, there is spontaneity behind it. But what I found doing a play, different from doing a musical, is that you do have to live in the moment even more so. There is no there's no reprieve. There's almost a moment when the music comes on, when you are doing the music.